So what level of the bullying did you suffer in?
Well, I had a bully.
You did. You had a singular.
I had a neighborhood kid who terrorized me.
Was it same grade, older?
Same grade.
Yeah.
He was just a bigger kid.
Yeah.
And he was a mean kid.
Yeah.
And the funny thing was, he lived right in the epicenter of all of our gang.
Right.
And like every kid hated the Millers.
Yeah.
If you're watching right now, Sean.
I mean, stop stealing, someone's DirecTV signal.
Yeah, exactly.
You know he's not paying for it.
No.
Was he? With this, but isn't it? You could, with perspective now, the same way we forgive our what we deem our parents' transgressions. We can assume that Sean
completely. I think. I mean, his dad was like almost, we didn't really ever see him, and the mom was overwhelmed. And
did he have any friends?
I don't know if he had any friends.
Honestly,
I don't.
I'm telling you.
But he definitely, for a couple of years, and that was when I was younger, and then just your typical stuff in high school.
Yeah.
Just I got sort of, I almost hate to tell this story, but I will, out of full disclosure, because this is what I ask of people who come on the show.
Please.
It's kind of embarrassing to this day, but I once got, there was a big pep rally at school, and some of the bigger football players grabbed me, and they taped me to a tree with duct tape. And it was humiliating because the whole school saw it. And then one of them put a piece of tape over my mouth, and I'm not a big nose breather. I got deviated septum, allergies, and it was terrifying at the time. And it sort of, in a way, it sort of like cemented my outsider status in my head of like motorcycles, skateboards, art, music, anything outside of school.
Yeah.
And I just didn't want to go to school. I did.
Yeah.
And
we're supposed to.
I suffered through.
Same.
And I did my share of things too. Like, I remember once I didn't study for an economics test, and I knew I was going to fail, and that was going to be bad. So I went down to the school the night before and filled the lock up with super glue to my teacher's class.
That's great.
And then we didn't have the test now.
That's right out of Bull Durham.
Yeah.
That's right.
First period, no one could get in the class.
We're gonna mud up these fields. We can't go to school. Yeah. No. Someone. The kids today would, call it a bomb threat. You didn't put everybody on blast. You just, super glue in the lock.
The instant karma of that story was after I did the super glue in the lock, I itched my eye and I glued my eye shut. And I had ridden my motorcycle to campus.
Oh man!
So I rode home with one eye, and I had to cut my own eyelashes out.
For real?
To get my eye open.
That is karma.
Yeah.
That's instant karma. Yeah. That's. How'd you get down from the tree?
Someone cut me down.
Yeah.
A teacher came out with scissors and cut me down.
How long were you on the tree?
Not long.
Yeah. But still, it's the.
But yeah, I think it's something that to this day, telling the story, it still feels shameful in a way.
100%. I get it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I remember being locked. At gyms and grade schools where they'd have the stage in the gym, and then underneath the stage is where they'd keep all the fold-out chairs that when the kids would. That's what the parents would think. I crawled in there, being a jokey jokester, put in there, and then they closed it and locked it, and like I was in there. I mean, again, like you're saying, like it was probably only a minute, but at that moment, it was the fear of being out of control, of losing control to a certain degree. And I'm sure there's some element of, I'm never going to let that happen again.
Yeah.
And it's good that we. I mean, I like to think I tried to never be the person that did that to anybody too. And we haven't ever lived together or anything, but I don't sense you to be. You could have gone that way too, where it's like I got bullied, so when I do reach my full size, I'm gonna bully other people. It's kind of like no, if you sit with that and you empathize, and like. Even
I became a YMCA counselor for a while, and I would have fourth graders when I was 19.
Mm-hmm.
Which, by the way, I'd taken them to like Disneyland and stuff. What parent trusted me with 13
70s and 80s parents?
Exactly. Exactly. I mean, when I think of like 19-year-old me in charge of anything.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I was always sort of sympathetic to the kid that was struggling a little bit. I think that was the effect it had on me. And by the way, this is not to say that I didn't do my fair share of pranks and things like that, but I don't think I was mean-spirited. I think I was mostly in the spirit of amusing myself and in fun, but not in hurting people. Hey folks, thanks for watching. If you like what you just saw, then why not subscribe? Click right here for lots more off camera. And if you want to see the hour-long version of these conversations, I'm going to give you the secret link. Here it is, offcamera.com. Check it out.